welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make a mini verse, make it mini food. This is the Cafe Series 3 and I really have a lot of these ones, so I hope I don't get too many doubles. But let's get into this one and see what we're gonna do. I hope it's something new and fun. And I hope I can get into this. Come on. And it's even wider here and it's still not working. Come on. There we go. Finally. Let's open up. See what we got. So I have a lot of bags here. 1, 2, the paper thingy, a little plate thingy, 3, 4, 5 bags. That is quite some thing. I like this little what do you call that, plate for your table. Good morning, it says. Okay, let's start from one end. Thank you, this one says. We have a bowl. This one says, have a sunny day. It's really thin. Granola. Oh, I don't think this is food. We will see. Happy Sun, made fresh. Happy Sun Farms, made fresh. Okay. Okay, granola. I will have to check the guide for this. We have some pineapples and some blueberries. I think this is the resin. It is. Smoothie. Oh, we are making a smoothie in a bowl. Oh no, my bowl is bent a tiny bit. Okay, let's open this one. It's already kind of broken up. Oops. That little piece for the lid. That goes right there. Then we have the tweezers, and down in this little corner I have a spoon. Okay, I'm just gonna take this and take a quick look here at the guide. That one. Dragon fruit bowl. Sounds good. Oh, there's so many ones in here I want to make. Everything but the drinks. I'm tired of making drinks, but I would like to make all the other things here, especially the s'mores. The potatoes looks good as well. Ice creams. So I hope I get a lot of different ones here. Let me clean up here and then we can make this and then make it in 1 to 12. Give me a second. So I cleaned up a tiny bit and made ready for this one. And I noticed that this little bowl has a problem here on the side. I don't know if you can see it. It's more like a straight line here than a circle. So that's pretty annoying. So here we have this little thing here with granola, it says. Let's open it and see what's in here. Oh, that's sticking. Small beads. Looks like nuts or something. Very cute and tiny. And then of course we have some fruit here. Let's see if I can open this one without getting it all over. There we go. So we have some pineapples and some blueberries. And we're going to make this little dragon fruit bowl. And we first pour the smoothie resin in there, and then we are going to pop in the decorations. So let's do that. Is this one? Yeah, it's a cernit. Oh, that looks thick. That is nice and thick. So let's see if I can get it out here without making a mess. Into our crooked ball here. Crooked, not cricket. Yeah, I'm gonna make a mess, right? It's just so thick. I hope there's enough in here. Maybe if I just leave it to run instead of trying to help it out. It's not running anywhere. Not even in the bowl that I put it in here. It's so pretty thick. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. Oh no, I have it on the side and on my finger as well. I need a baby wipe. There we go. And I also need a tweezer. And I think I'm gonna try to get this all out in my little bowl. Let's place the spoon in there. So they wanted me to just pop it in. There's way too much granola here. Let's just, it needs to touch the red here, otherwise it's not gonna stay in the bowl when it's all hardened. So I'm just gonna pop it down a tiny bit. And remember, wherever you can't, wherever the light, your UV light can't reach, it's not gonna harden, so just have that in mind. I just had a major issue with one of the things I made some days ago. I think it was the pancakes. There was some resin under the pancakes that wasn't cured, so I just had that resin all over all the other things when I opened up for the box here the other day, and that was heartbreaking because I had this uncured resin that we do not like everywhere where I did not want it. So I was kind of annoyed. So remember, if you have places where you don't, where it's the light is not able to hit when you're curing it, then it will not cure. And one day when you're working with it, or your kids are playing with it, or some things like that, then you will have it all over everything, and resin is really not healthy. It's not a toy. So please be aware of that. The good thing about this bowl is that I can cure it from the top and then turn it upside down and cure it from the bottom as well. So it should be able to harden all over. Let's pop in some of these blueberries. Just popping them in here and there. Oh, and there's different colors here. Nice. Oops, that one went away. Let's take one more. Whoops. They really would like to go everywhere. You get more than enough of these blueberries and the pineapples here for this smoothie or dessert or what it is. Dragon fruit bowl. I've never seen that before. It's not a thing we have here in Denmark, so if you know what it is, please tell me if it's good or not, because I'm interested in knowing. Just popping a few more of these small pieces here in there. To make it a little more interesting. And then this is gonna go under my UV light, and I will be right back when I'm done. So that one is all done, and now I am going to make this in 1 to 12, and for that I'm using some white polymer clay that I rolled out on a thinner setting on my pasta machine. I'm rolling it out and using this ball instead of my marble, because my marble is a bit too big for my liking, so I'm using this one. I can't make a clear one in polymer clay, so I am making this one in white. I am using a baby wipe to take off any kind of dirt and grime that might have been sticking to the white clay. Then I rolled out a tiny snake, and I am making a circle here of that for the bottom of my bowl, and I am just transferring that onto my bowl here. It is a bit tricky, but it is worth it to have that little extra piece, or the bottom piece of the bowl. I used a lot of time to get this to sit right, and sometimes these crafts takes hours to do, even though that it looks like it's taking a few minutes here, but it's actually sometimes hours of work, and we just cut it down and maybe speeden up some of the footage just so that you can see how it's done, just not how long it took. The original ball has this design on the side, so I am using my dotting tool for that, and I am trying to place them fairly straight. It did not go just like I wanted it to, but I took my time with this and made these indents in the bowl. Then we also want the spoon. It is around 2 centimeters tall, so I have this little piece of clay that I rolled out on a middle setting on my pasta machine, and I cut it into the around 2 centimeters tallness. And now I am just cutting the shape of my spoon out of it. When I am happy with the shape of the spoon, I am picking it up, and then I am using a ball tool to make an indent for the spoon part, and then I'm shaping the handle a tiny bit, and that's it for the spoon. Now it is time for the blueberries. They are quite big here, because they are still in 1 to 6. So I am taking a tiny bit of blue and a very tiny bit of black, and I actually had a bit too much black in here, and I mixed that together. I rolled that out to a snake. Then I'm cutting pieces of that little snake here, and I'm rolling that between my fingers or in the palm of my hand. And then I am using my needle tool to kind of make a little poke into that top of the blueberry so it looks like it has this little indent. Actually, I'm using my dotting tool for that, not my needle tool, but it's a very fine dot I'm using for it. And I'm just doing that again and again and again to make as many as I want to.
Subscribe, like, and ring the bell button.
When everything is baked and cooled down, I am using my scissor to kind of shape the spoon side of the spoon, and then I am using a sandpaper with a tiny bit of water on there to sand down the spoon and the bowl. Then I am using a silver paint from Vallejo, the model paint, and I am painting the spoon all silver, and I'm leaving that to dry, taking it out of my tweezers here and then painting the rest of it. So now I have my bowl, I have my blueberries, then I have these pineapples that I made in another video. I will link for that video in the info box below and in the iCard here. I am cutting one of these slices up in smaller pieces, and one of the slices was more than enough. Then I have a snake that I rolled out of some light brown clay, and I colored it with my soft pastel on the outside with a deeper brown, and I am cutting pieces of this little snake. This has been baked, and I'm cutting pieces of this little snake and cutting them into smaller pieces for the nutty part or whatever that was supposed to be looking like. So now I have all the parts that I need, the spoon, the fruit, and the bowl, and I am going to take my fimo liquid here, and I'm oozing a lot of it out on my glass plate. I know I'm out of frame here, but you can see the fimo liquid coming onto the plate. Then I'm using my soft pastel color, and I am using a darkish reddish pink here and some more red color in there, and I'm going to mix that all together. I had a little too much color in here, so I actually mixed a lot more of my fimo liquid in there later. Then I scoop some of this fimo liquid with the color into my little bowl, and I'm filling it like half full, and when I'm happy with that, I am baking it like this. When that had baked and cooled down, I'm using more of this fimo liquid with the color in and placing that into the bowl. And now I am placing my little spoon and all the fruits in there as well. I did put a little too much of the liquid in there, so maybe if you do it a little less, but I actually still think this came out really, really cute. Then I placed my pineapple. Then I placed my pineapple slices into this fimo liquid. I'm trying to make it look just like the other one. So the pineapples, then my blueberries, in they go and all over. And then last but not least, all these nutty thingy things that I'm not sure what it is, but I think it is nuts. So I'm just placing them as well in there, and then it is time for baking. When that has cooled down, I am using my fimo glaze to glaze this little slushy, fruity, soupy something at the top here, so that it looks nice and delicious and shiny. And I actually thought that was it, but then I looked at these blueberries and they were like more black than blueberries. So I took and mixed some very light blue colored paint, and then I dry brushed these berries on top, so when you look at it too close, the white is like, or this light blue color is in places where it shouldn't have been, but I actually still think that the end result is pretty neat. That was it for this time. I had a lot of fun with this, and I hope you will try it out as well. Thank you for watching, and happy crafting.